Hello, good afternoon po sa ating lahat. Good afternoon or good morning. Tama kung ano oras po natin pinapanood yung ating recorded lesson. Since meron pong um, anti-bullying seminar, so kailangan ko na, dahil midterm na po next week, ay hindi ko na po matatakal yan. So, I have to record this lesson na lang for you to watch para po meron din po idea about sa topic natin sa profession and yung responsibility and the theories of right action. So, for today's lesson, it's about the profession, the difference between profession, professional, and professionalism. Pag sinabi po nating profession, ito po yung mga trabaho natin, the occupation, job, or vocation, which is nagre-require siya ng advanced expertise, uh, self-regulation, and concerted service to the public. So, these three, ito yung characteristics po ng profession natin. Una is yung advanced expertise. Pag sinabi mo pong profession, the definition itself is you have to have a formal learning or formal education para masabing ikaw ay professional sa larangan na yan. Kailangan po ay dumaan sa proper training, sa proper or formal learning. Now, there is an argument whether we call the those job or yung mga trabaho na katulad ng pagkakarpentero, pagiging yung nagtitinda sa mga karinderya, yung mga nasa constructions, is their job allowed to be called profession? Now, may argument po dito na hindi daw pwedeng tawagin profession. It's just, ang pinaka-term natin doon ay non-professional job. Okay, iba kasi po, pag sinabing profession, nag-aral ka ng either 4 years or mas matagal pa dyan para masabing expert ka sa larangan na yan. Though, some job, like for example, yung mga mekaniko ng mga sasakyan, may mga formal learning din naman po sila, kaya lang yung mga yun ay short term. So, binibigyan sila ng 6 months to 1 year to at least have the knowledge doon sa larangan na yun. And they're given certificate of completion or the government gives them the document that allows them to be called expert sa larangan na yan. For example, yung mga bookkeepers natin, mga yan, kailangan po at least meron silang national certificate na pinangahawakan para masabi na sila ay maalam sa larangan na yon. So, one characteristics of profession is advanced expertise. The second one is the self-regulation. Ito po, pag sinabi mong profession, merong governing body or professional societies that sets the standards or ethical or code of ethics, na nagre-regulate sa mga gawain or activities ng mga professionals. So, etong mga tinatawag nating mga professional societies, they set standards, they draft codes of ethics, they enforce these standards of ethics or conduct, and they represent the profession sa public and the government. So, self-regulated po tayo or regulated tayo ng governing body na nagbabantay sa mga actions natin. Hindi kasi pwede, like for example, if I'm a doctor, if I'm a physician, gagawin ko lang yung gusto ko na kung paano ko i-execute yung trabaho ko. So, it is necessary that I have to comply with the standards set by the Philippine Doctors Association, by the rules set by the government na naayon po sa pag-execute ng aking trabaho. Next is the one characteristics of profession is the concerted to public good. So dito, ang occupation natin provides important role or napaka-importante siya sa public good. So, if we maintain ethical standards, our occupation becomes relevant and necessary para for the benefit of the public. So, for example, if again, I'm a physician, I'm a doctor, I must promote um, healthy living. If I am a lawyer, I have to protect the rights of individuals na may mga cases. I have to, kung ako ay isang engineer, I have to make sure that the buildings, the structures, the projects that I am accomplishing ay for the public or for the benefit of the public, especially sa welfare and safety. So, ang ating profession ay meron pong naidudulot na maganda sa public, no? Kung wala pong mga teachers, walang mga doctors, walang mga nurses, walang mga pilots, then yung mga industry or mga processes sa pagpapagaling, sa paggamot ng sakit, mga ganun, pag-diagnose ng mga sakit or pagkaturo ay hindi available sa atin. Okay. And then we have the profession has a benefit sa atin, no? Kapag ikaw ay may profession, it brings high status socially and economically. So, di ba, pag ikaw po ay may trabaho or ikaw ay nakapagtapos, ikaw ay may so, ano ang naidudulot sa atin? Again, yung profession natin, it brings high status socially and economically. So, socially, in our society, those professionals are highly respected, di ba? The respect that you get among others, no, those who are not professionals. Kumbaga, mararamdaman mo yung treatment ng society sa'yo eh. May mataas na pagtingin sa'yo, may mataas na respect na binibigay sa atin. Kumbaga, kapag tapos ka, no, pag ikaw ay nagtatrabaho sa opisina, kung ikaw ay masabing professional, no, ang tawag sa'yo, ma'am, at saka sir, yun yung address sa atin, yun yung pagkakakilanlan mo pag masabi mo ang isang tao ay professional. Pag naman po, hindi professional, di ba, the common or the address, yung formal na pantawag sa atin, na hindi, parang ate, kuya, mga ganun, or miss, boss, pogi, mga ganun lang, di ba? So, may difference po sa mga non-professionals. And then, economically, of course, if you have profession, you're a professional, economically, meron kang compensation. You get paid for what you do, no? You get paid because of the service you render. You get paid because of your talent. That is why, no? Malayong-malayo yung difference ng mga kinikita ng mga skilled, ng mga non-professionals and professionals. Tipin nyo na lang, gaano kalaki yung difference ng sahod ng isang piloto sa isang panadero? Gaano kalayo yung difference ng isang doktor sa nagmamasahe? Kasi ang binabayaran sa atin ay yung ating kakayahang intelektual na hindi kayang ibigay or i-render ng mga taong hindi professional doon sa larangan na yan. Imagine if ako ay simpleng driver lang ng sasakyan tapos magmamaniobra ako ng eroplano, hindi ko magagawa yung ginagawa ng mga tapos sa larangan yan. So there is a big difference between these professions, no? And non-professional work or job. Now, these are the characteristics that distinguish profession from non-professional occupation. Pag professional occupation, it requires extensive training. Sa non-professional occupation, pag hindi masyado, alam mo parang nanonood ka lang, tapos natuto ka na, di ba? Sa mga professionals, you have to, or I mean, sa professional occupation, you have to be trained for many years, no? Sa atin po, kapag mga baccalaureate courses, 4 to 5 years yung necessary para maging expert ka sa larangan na yan. So, tinatrain tayo extensively, no? Sa mga pilots, they have to finish 200 hours. It's not alone about the concept that they learn. No? Hindi po ganun lang. Sa amin po, bilang mga nasa business industry, bukod sa inaaral mo in classroom, kailangan ma-expose ka pa sa industry. Kaya po may OJT tayo tinatawag. Kasi ipapakita pa sa'yo kung paano yung actual job natin one day if we're going to finish our academic requirements. The second one, those professional occupation differs from non-professional occupation depending on the knowledge and skills. Okay? Kailangan mas maraming nalalaman or hindi naman mas na. Pero as you observe, professionals have this kind of knowledge which is different from those who are not. Diba? Yung most of the non-professional occupations are on the skills. Diba? Kaya ang binabayaran natin sa mga construction workers, sa mga panadero, ay yung kanilang physical na ability. So, magkaiba siya sa mga professions or professionals na ang binabayaran sa atin ay yung knowledge, no? Yung intellectual na skills natin. That is why yung mga actuarians, sobrang taas ng kanilang compensation, no? If you're an actuarial or yung mga statistician, sobrang malalim na knowledge ang nilalaman mo dyan. So, the equivalent compensation for that is mataas. Okay? So, next is monopoly. This one, in professional occupation, there are professional societies that govern our ethics, our conduct. Pag non-professional occupations, wala pong nagbabantay, no? Walang nagmo-monitor kung tama ba or mali ginagawa nila. Meron bang association ng mga construction workers? Meron bang mga code of ethics na fina-follow ang mga nagtitinda sa karinderya? Wala, no? So, unless there will be a group na mag-establish ng code of ethics ng mga trabahong ito, then probably in monopoly, non-professional occupation will be considered profession na if there is na nag-exist ng mga code of conduct nila. Next is autonomy in workplace. In profession or professional occupations, you have the authority and power over what you do. If I'm a physician, I'm a dentist, no, I have the right to choose who my client will be, no. Unlike kapag non-profession, kung sino talaga yun nandiyan, yun yung magiging wala kang choice, sila talaga yung magiging customer mo. Pero pag professional ka, especially sa mga ganitong klase ng mga trabaho like sa medical field, sa mga statistics, no? Maraming may karapatan ka or you have the right to choose kung sino yung magiging customer natin. Kapag naman po ethical standards, no? Malayong-malayo yung ethical standards na fina-follow ng mga professional occupation. And those non-professional occupations although they have ethical standards, but sabi ko nga, walang professional society that governs the actions or code of conduct ng mga professionals or ng mga non-professionals. Okay? So, nakita po natin yung kaibahan ng profession and non-professional occupations. Pag sinabi mong professional, ito po yung tao mismong nag-execute ng task or ng profession. Of course, if we relate this term sa definition natin, pag sinabi mong professional, expert siya, may required expertise siya, they are self-regulated, and the results of what they do is for the public good. Okay? Pag sinabi mo namang professionalism, this one, it is the status of a person of a professional, which implies that there is certain attitudes or typical qualities which are expected from us. So kung ikaw ay isang professional, like ikaw ay licensed professional teacher, meron attitude or behavior or quality na dapat makita sa'yo. So kung ikaw ay halimbawa ng professional kang flight attendant, hindi mo pwedeng, alam mo yun, kausapin mo na lang ng may pagkabastos yung mga travelers or yung mga passengers natin. Kasi merong typical quality na expected from you. So kung ikaw ay flight attendant, you know, you have the courtesy on how to converse with your passengers. If you are a doctor, no, ang nakikita sa'yo, you are really yung actions natin ay hindi parang, you know, informal one. We have the desire to treat our patients na kung ano yung naaayon. So, hindi ka doktor quack, no? Unprofessional. May example po ako here, no? So, there was a time when I attended my daughter's family day, and the principal of that school, we expect that the quality, the typical attitude or quality of a principal should be like this, like kagalang-galang ka, maayos yung pakikipag-usap mo, kasi principal ka na nga, hindi ka na yung simple teacher. Now that principal, she was late, like 1 hour late, and we expect as stakeholders of that school, the parents, we expect that yung principal will apologize or even greet us, thank you for attending the family day, we appreciate your presence, ganun man lang sana. But that principal didn't do it, like when she went sa stage, pagka-akit niya doon, sabi niya, oh, yung mga anak niyo, pakalat-kalat sa kalsada, ganyan-ganyan. So she didn't even say good morning po mga parents, mga ganun. So napaka-unprofessional niya. Hindi siya nakitaan ng professionalism doon sa kanyang action. So kapag ikaw ay professional at sinabi mong may professionalism sa'yo, kailangan ma-portray mo sa tao yung nararapat mong behavior. Kaya nga po meron tayong code of ethics or ethical standards na nagiging basis ng tao na ito ka dapat, ito yung standards. Okay? Pag ikaw ay professional na, no, hindi ka na katulad nung nasa bahay na informal way yung pag-usap mo sa mga tao. Kasi may expectation sila sa'yo. Okay? Parang gamitin ko yung term na hindi ka palingkera, hindi ka yung taong walang pinag-aralan. Kasi expectation ng tao pag professional ka, the kind of attitude is formal, no? Kaya nga ina-address tayo ng ma'am or sir, di ba? Hindi tayo ina-address na kuya, ate, hoy, boy, ano ka ba? Yung ganon, girl. Kasi hindi yun yung typical na nakikita na sa atin, yung stand natin towards other people. Ayan. So that's the professionalism. Again, profession is the work. Professionals are the ones who execute the job, and professionalism is the attitude or certain behavior, certain or typical qualities expected from a professional. Okay? And then we have responsibility. Ito naman po, this one is, kumbaga, unknowingly, no? Hindi tayo nagiging aware na minsan, responsible ka pala, no? So, when we were young, nung elementary kami, may ma-award yan sa school. Most responsible person, most responsible student. Yan. Yan yung mga binibigay na award sa atin. Now, what is responsibility? Now, responsibility is the fact that you have a duty to deal with something. So, meron kang gampanin na tinatawag, meron kang kailangang gawin. So, this duty is necessary for you to perform. Okay? You are obliged to do it. Responsibility is one is required to do it as part of our job or as part of your job. So kung trabaho mo ay doktor, isa sa responsibility mo ay hindi lamang manggamot, no? Kasama sa trabaho mo i-diagnose kung gaano kalala yung sitwasyon ng tao. Kung ikaw ay janitor, okay, what are your responsibilities? Responsibility mo na pananatilihing malinis ang surroundings, panatilihing maayos yung mga kung ano yung mga dapat ayusin. Okay? If this is role naman, kung trabaho mo yan, trabaho natin, kailangan yung ating responsibility ay nakalagay, kasama dun sa role mo. Okay? Kasama siya sa ginagampanan mong tungkulin. So kung ikaw ay panganay, ano po ba yung usual na responsibility ng panganay natin? Okay? So kung ikaw panganay, 'di ba? It's your responsibility not only to be good sa parents mo, but to your siblings, no? Kailangan mo silang i-protect. Ano pa? Kung ikaw ay president ng classroom, ng PTA, no? Ikaw ay secretary ng isang student organization, kasama sa trabaho mo ay, no, it is your role. Magkaiba kasi yung kasama sa trabaho at yung ginagampanan ng tungkulin. So, halimbawa, no, if I'm a father, I have the role. If I'm tatay, hindi ko sinasabing kasama sa trabaho ko ang protektahan ang family ko. Hindi mo sinasabi. Sinasabi mo, my role as a father is to provide for my family. Hindi mo sinasabing trabaho ko ito. Kasi magkaiba siya. And then we have legal obligation. You are obliged to do it because the law tells you to do so. No, gampanin mo sa gobyerno, mag-vote, mag-file ng tax, pay your taxes, register your cars, register everything, mga ganun. Pati SIM card din, i-register na. So, your role, your responsibility in terms of legal obligation, if you don't respond into it, if we're not going to perform it, may mga legal sanctions tayo. Now, we have different senses of responsibility. The first one, kaya siya senses of responsibility. Ito mga to, yung responsibility ay nakikita sa ating mga ginagawa. So, the first one is characteristic quality. Here, ang isang tao, kailangan yung kanyang ginagawa, no, nakikita sa atin na kapag may gampanin ka, you put extra effort. You are doing it carefully, no, with utmost care ba yung term natin. Nakikitaan na nasa characteristics natin na pag tayo gumagawa ng ating mga gampanin, talagang with effort. Okay? So that's a characteristic quality. May certain type of quality is required. That is required as you do your job or as you do your part. The second one is the obligation. So dito, ang isang tao, kumbaga he is obliged to do these things. No, yung responsibility natin. So yung obligation na to, kumbaga, kailangan mo siyang gawin. And as your moral responsibility. Halimbawa, no, kapag tayo nakikipag-usap sa tao, isa sa mga obligasyon natin, pag tayo nakikipagsalamuha, is to respect them, no? Obliged tayo. Minsan, hindi natin nagagawa yan. Kasi nga, hindi natin alam na responsibility natin yun. Wala tayong moral responsibility. Okay? The next one is the moral capacity or general moral capacity. Ito po, no? Ang isang tao, nakikita ito sa kanyang conduct. No? Ma-observe mo na ang isang tao ay responsible kapag meron siyang kakayahang maging responsible. Okay, example, no? Yung mga taong nakakabuntis bigla, no? Minsan, hindi o tinatakasan nila. Bakit? Kasi iniisip nila they don't have the capacity to be responsible, to be answerable doon sa naging actions nila. Okay? So, makikita po ito sa conduct natin. Kung ikaw ba ay may kakayahang magpakita ng responsibility, maging responsible. The fourth one here is the liability and accountability. Kapag sinabi mong liability, you have to answer legally doon sa actions natin. So, kung ikaw ay nag-drive at nakabangga ka at namatay yung nabangga mo, you are criminal liable. So, you have to respond legally. No? Paano mo sasagutin yon? Okay? Paano kung nakabangga ka? Of course, follow mo yung laws natin, yung mga rules natin set by the government. How are we going to be answerable doon sa actions natin? Okay? Hindi ka pwede na sabihin mo kapag liability, no? Or legal response. Pag nakapatay ka, mag-sorry ka lang, sapat na. Hindi, no? Meron tayong procedure para dyan. Merong protocol, no? Kailangan dumaan sa paglilitis, kailangan dumaan sa mga trials, sa law, sa court, para ma-establish yung magiging parusa natin. Okay? Kasi we are criminal liable with our actions, no? Kaya siya liability. Kapag accountability, you can defend, you are willing or have the desire to answer or to be accountable with your actions, no? Sa mga ginagawa natin, sa mga naging decision natin, kaya natin i-justify yung reason kung bakit natin ginagawa ang bagay. Answerable tayo sa mga actions natin. Pag sinabi mo naman pong blameworthiness is praiseworthiness. Ito, pag sinearch mong word na responsibility, ito yung synonyms niya, no? Pag sinabi mong praiseworthiness or blameworthiness, yung blameworthiness muna, ang the outcome of your action is wrongdoings. Okay? So, halimbawa, no, sabi natin, who is responsible doon sa plane crash ni Kobe Bryant? Sino ang responsible sa pagkakasunog doon sa or pagkamatay ni ganito? So, hinahanapan natin ng mananagot or yung masisisi or mabablame natin doon sa pangyayari. Okay? So, that's blameworthiness. Kapag sinabi mo namang praiseworthiness, you're looking or the outcome of the action is positive or good. No? The outcome is good. Like for example, who is responsible for the success ng tourism week, ng COA night? Who is responsible for the success or the beautification ng school? So, hinahanapan mo kung sino yung, or hinahanap natin, sino yung naging responsible sa positive outcome ng action. Okay? So, that's the difference between the two. Now, there are different types of responsibilities. Now, the first one here is moral responsibility. Sa moral responsibility, a person is responsible morally. Pag sinabi mong responsible morally, no, yung actions natin, lagi mong kinoconsider the welfare of other people. Diba? So, pag sinabi mong moral responsibility, like, you have a responsibility sa pag-take care of the environment, sa the way you treat other people with respect, the way you communicate. Lahat po ng may kinalaman sa morality na you are trying your best not to hurt other people or you're trying your best na makonsider kung ano yung ikakabuti ng ibang tao. That's moral responsibility. Okay? Next is causal responsibility. This one, ang isang tao, there is a cause of an event. Ikaw yung nagdulot ng result or ng event na halimbawa, no, if you have a baby sister or a younger brother na naglalaro ng mga posporo, tapos nagkasunog For example, nagkasunog siya. Paglalaro niyang yun dahil napabayaan, nagkasunog, siya yung causally responsible doon sa sunog. Siya yung naging dahilan. Kaya siya causal, no? Causal responsibility. This one, the moral responsible for this are the parents or ikaw na nagbabantay sa kapatid mo. Morally responsible ka doon. Pero hindi ikaw yung cause. Kasi minsan, ang sinisisi na although sisisihin talaga tayo. The blame is on her ate. Kasi dahil sa kanya, nagkasunog. Dahil not directly ikaw, no? The cause of the fire is your sibling who played the matches. So, sila yung causal responsible. Wait lang po. Kapag naman po job responsibility, this one, it has something to do with the different tasks that is given to us by our boss or required from us sa ating trabaho. So, pag sinabi mong job responsibility, kailangan mo siyang gawin kasi part siya ng trabaho mo. Pag hindi mo siya ginawa, irresponsable ka. So, halimbawa kami mga teachers, part ng trabaho namin, kasama sa responsibility namin, is to make sure that our students are really learning, to make sure that our students are having this improvement sa kanilang pag-aaral. So, ako si teacher, tapos lagi akong hindi nagkaklase. No, irresponsable ako kasi hindi ko alam natututo ba yung mga estudyante sa akin. Unless there are some ways na kahit hindi ako nagturo sa kanila lagi, ay may pagkatuto pa rin sila. But, no, sa konsepto ng learning kasi sa education, there is a facilitator, which is the teacher, that facilitates learning. So, without the assistance of the teacher, I'm not particular if there are students who really learn from YouTube alone. Diba? Next is legal responsibility. This one, kumbaga, ikaw ay responsible legally dun sa actions mo. Yung example ko kanina, that if you are driving your car or motorcycle at ikaw ay nakabangga, dapat po na maging responsible ka sa actions or sa result ng action natin. So with that, you have to kailangan mong sumuko, kailangan mong panagutan yung nagawa mong kamalian. Legal responsibility it is also connected with our civic virtues. Natatandaan niyo po ba yung civic virtues natin? Yung gampanin or tungkulin mo sa ating society, sa ating government. Like, you have to vote, that's your legal responsibility. You have to register your car, you have to respect the authorities. Okay? So, legally responsible po tayo doon. Naintindihan po ba natin? Now, we have another responsibility which differs from the four types that we have discussed. This is what we call the social responsibility. And this one naman po is, this is the action required from organizations, from corporations or companies or firms. They must conduct social responsibility. This responsibility has something to do with the society. Kaya nga sa social, the society that we mentioned in social responsibility is the stakeholders. Okay? So, si stakeholders, sila po yung mga employees, their unions, the investors, the customers, dealers, suppliers, the local community, the government, of course, and other non-government organizations who has an interest, not directly doon sa ating operations, the business managers and business owners. Ayan. So, ito pong social responsibility, no? Kumbaga, merong gampanin, merong duty ang mga corporations toward sa kanyang stakeholders. This serves as their way of giving back sa community and sa kanilang stakeholders kung ano yung nakukuha ng organization from them. So besides the concern of the organization's employee relations and internal organizational matters, the organization is also concerned with the following. The first one is how the product or project is marketed, paano po natin i-communicate sa public, how it is used or misused, how it fails, and how it is disposed or discarded. There was an event called that battery or used battery are not being disposed properly na nagkakos ng fire, nagkakos ng explosion, nagkakos ng mga disgrasya. So, napaka-importante na kailangan merong concern ng organization, hindi lang sa paggawa. Hindi lang sa paggawa ng products and services. Ganon din po sa how the community uses and disposes these products and goods that we are using or creating. Okay, next is, asa na ako, saan tayo tumigil? Yung hindi lang doon sa how our products or projects are being distributed, created or used. Ganun din po kung paano din yung working environment. That's one, protecting the work environment during manufacture as well as the external environment during transport or use. Kasi there are some cases that due to the irresponsible transportation of goods, nagkakaroon ng mga accidents or mga hindi inaasahang mga event. Halimbawa po yung oil spill na nangyari dito sa bandang Visayas, no? Hindi naging maayos yung transportation, though that is an accident, but it can be prevented sana. And that event happened ay sobrang damaging nga sa industry ng fisheries sa may bandang Visayas. Ganun din po sa effect niya sa natural environment natin kasi nagkandamata yung mga sea creatures natin due to the oil spill. Yeah. Next is we have the concern of the organization related to those disadvantaged or physically challenged workers. Ito naman po, yung ating mga some employers have the desire they're opening their organization for opportunities sa mga physically challenged workers natin, sa mga may kapansanan, sa mga may mga bulag, mga ganon. So for example, ang Lamoyan organization or the Lamoyan company, they are hiring yung mga deaf at saka mute, yung mga PPFD na maging part nung manufacturing, like taga-seal, those physical work ang pangailangan. Hindi ka naman kailangan magsalita. Hindi ka naman kailangan na sobrang dunong, no? Kailangan lang physical na trabaho lang talaga to. So, it is a good way for giving them the chance that they have still yung pakinabang, na-utilize pa rin yung talent nila, even if they're physically challenged, no? Mas masipag pa nga actually itong mga may kapansanan kaysa dun sa mga kompleto, no? Yung iba talagang ayaw magtrabaho. And then we have the hiring practices of these companies, like, tinatanggal yung discrimination or nililimit yung discrimination natin. Like, even if iba yung sexual orientation, no? Because, syempre, right, transgender ako, may karapatan pa rin akong mag-practice ng profession ko, di ba? O kaya may tattoo. Ano pa? Some organizations kasi are very strict with that, those policies na, kumbaga, part ng kanilang protocols to make sure that their employees are hindi ganon. And our contribution to local communities, like a part of the organization concern ay to give back sa ating mga communities, no? Enriching their cultural life, civic life, or social life. So there are some organizations that conduct programs katulad ng tree planting, ano pa, they conduct giving gifts during Christmas. They uh, give ano yun, feeding programs sa mga community na may hirap, ganyan. So ano pa, support sila ng mga advocacy, nagsusupport sila ng mga um, ano yung mga ginagawa nila, mga healthy living, mga ganun, nagpo-promote ng mga healthy living, promoting mental health awareness. So there are some programs na talagang hindi rin or supportado din ng mga organizations na to. Okay? What is really matters here in social responsibility is that the public will remember the organization not because of the products and services they are offering to the public. It's because or it is due to like the long-term effects or the long-term outcome of this social responsibility programs ay yung concern natin, yung dulot nito sa public. Parang maaalala lang, hindi ka lang naaalala ng organization dahil sa products and services natin. Naaalala tayo ng public gawa ng meron tayong mga programs na for the benefit of the community. For example, if minention mo yung Resort World Manila, naalala mo siya, hindi doon sa services niya, product niya. I remember that organization na nagbibigay ng funds for building, construction ng school rooms sa mga local universities and colleges. Naalala ko ang SM sa kanyang scholarship program. Okay, it's not, I remember SM sa kanyang commercial. Okay, it's not like that. So, sa mga organizations, it is important that they have a public or good public image. Why are you listening? Ma'am? Wait lang po. Ayan, sabi ko kanina, the social responsibility, the gampanin or tungkulin or duty ng organization, may long-term effect ito yung sa kanilang, meron kasing public image. O either they maintain the good image or they're trying to build the good image sa public. So, kaya po nagkakandak ng tawag dito, social responsibility program sa mga organization. Okay? And then we have theories about right actions. So this one, yung ating action ba, sino nagde-determine kung tama ito? Tayo ba mismo nagsabing, tama ang ginagawa ko? Pag nag-aaral kang maigi, tama ang ginagawa ko. Sino nagsabi? Kapag ikaw ay nag-self-defense at napatay mo yung kalaban or that someone was trying to hurt you, is that self-defense considered to be right? Okay? So the theories about right action here tells us how right or the justification that our actions are right based on these different theories. The first one is utilitarian theory proposed by Jeremy Bentham and John Stuart Mill. Yan. Sila pong dalawa was asked by senators about the laws which are morally best. For example, the laws that was passed na merong parusang lethal injection. So is that kind of parusa acceptable for those people who committed crimes such as yung mga heinous crimes, yung mga karumal-dumal na krimen? Now, the the thing that we must consider here is that according to Jeremy Bentham in utilitarian theory, the standard for right action or right conduct is on the basis doon sa maximization of good consequences. So, ibig sabihin po, ang action mo ay tama kung marami ang nakinabang doon sa ginawa mo. Kaya po siya tinatawag na utility, kapaki-pakinabang. So, utilitarian theory indicates here that we have these actions, we choose our actions, and this action that we have chosen ay merong public goods or benefit ang marami. So, the more na mas marami benefit doon sa action natin, mas maigi, mas mabuti siya. That's what they believe in these two proponents, si Jeremy Bentham and saka si John Stuart Mill. So they have this, you have to weigh the cost and benefits of your actions. That if it produces the greatest consequences or good consequences for the greatest number of people affected, then tama yung ginagawa mo. Sa duty ethics naman, here, it was proposed by Immanuel Kant kung saan our action is the consequences of performing your duty. Ano yun, ma'am? Okay. Parang ganito, yung ating duty, like being honest with your duty, being fair, not causing suffering to others, being meek, being grateful, being, keeping promises. So, yung mga yon, pag ginampanan mo siya, yung result nun ay tama. No? Halimbawa, no, your duty is to avoid harmful drugs, for example, that's your duty. But you are doing it, no? You're not doing your duty. So, nagda-drugs ka. And then, okay, masabi natin na wrong yung action mo kasi hindi mo ginampanan yung duty mo. Kaya po siya duty ethics. Like, for example, you have the duty to develop your talent. You have the duty to respect your parents, but you're not respecting them. Thus, not respecting them is considered not wrong action. Okay, sa duty ethics, for an action to be right, you have to perform your duty. No, that hindi mo siya ininegate. If that is imperative, no, being honest, being grateful. You have to do that. Now, sa duty ethics, sabi ni John Rawls, isa sa consideration para masabing tamang action mo is that there are people around us that approve, no, voluntarily agree doon sa pagiging tama ng ating action. So if I am a student, I am studying well. I am really trying my best to be good at it. If your parents agree that the thing that you're doing, being good or doing well in your class, getting high grades, is good or right, then yung action mo ay right. Okay? May nag-approve, especially doon sa idea ng standards or norms natin, that people around us approve the right thing that to do, yung mga considered na tama sa kanilang paningin. Okay? So kung tama sa community natin yung pag-help sa nakakatanda, kung in-approve nila to, then tama po yung actions natin. Okay? Last discussion is the rights theory. In this one, we are entitled sa mga rights na to. And our rights, or yung mga karapatan natin, kumbaga, lahat tayo meron yan, no? Karapatang mabuhay, karapatang mag-aral, makapag-aral, may right to education, right to privacy, right to, mga iba't ibang rights natin, madami, no? These rights serve as our protective barrier from those individuals na nagkakaroon ng tawag natin doon, yung mga unjustified infringements sa atin, or nakakaapekto sa moral agency natin. So, for every right, we have the correspondence, no? Not to interfere, no? Huwag nating kapag violate mo yung right mo, ay right ng iba, yung action mo ay wrong. Now, sabi ni Immanuel Kant, no? Every human being is like you have this human dignity. Yung human dignity natin, we have the ability to choose freely kung ano yung nais natin, what we will do in our lives, no? This is what we call fundamental rights, no? So this fundamental moral right, no, is to be respected by other people, okay? People or individuals are not objects that is manipulated. Diba? Hindi tayo pwedeng, hindi ka robot, hindi ka machinery. Hindi pwedeng idiktahan ng tao yung kung ano yung nais mo. O sige ikaw, itong course mo, ito yung gawin mo. Ganitong oras ka huminga, ganitong oras ka matulog. Hindi ganon, di ba? So, as long as ine-exercise ng tao yung kanyang right, yung justification na tama ba yung ginagawa niya ay nakabase sa ito ba ay karapatan ng tao. Kung hindi considered na right yung ginagawa niya. Sabi ni John Locke, no, right are, or if we decide whether our actions are moral or immoral, no, we must ask, tanungin natin, is my action respect the moral rights of other people? Okay, so here, our actions are wrong if to the extent, no, if your action is wrong to the extent that you violate their human rights. So, halimbawa, no, kung pumatay ako ng tao, yung taong pinatay ko, meron siyang right to live. Thus, if I killed him or her, I violated his right. Ngayon, sabi ni John Locke, the more serious the violation, the more wrongful is your action. Okay? So, right theory is promoted actually by John Locke, stating that our actions are right if they respect human living, human rights of other people affected. Kaya nga po pinopost niya yung three basic human rights, the rights to life, liberty, and property. Now, these rights na nagre-reflect sa American society. No? Kaya po nakalagay sa kanilang declaration na the three basic rights, which is life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Okay? So I'll be continuing this discussion, another recording for the remaining topic, which is yung virtue ethics, self-realization ethics, justice or fairness theory, self-control, self-interest, and self-respect. Yan. For the meantime, we'll end this discussion and see you again po sa ating video. Okay, bye-bye po everybody. Have a nice day.